In this piano tutorial, I want to share a progression that I heard the other day on Instagram, and I really loved the way this progression sounded because of the voicings that it used for the chords, right? The chords weren't that complicated, but the way that they were voiced really fit into this progression. And also this progression uses a bunch of different passing chords that we can basically extract from the progression and apply to other songs, or just basically keep this progression in our arsenal, right? So this progression is in the key of A major. It starts off on the 4, but I'm going to play it and then I'm going to go through it slowly and explain each chord, each passing chord, and all of that, okay? So we start off on the 4 and it sounds something like this. Right, so it's a progression that cycles around, and like I said, we started off on the 4. But what voicings are we using? What extensions to the chords are we using that make it sound like this, right? So we started off on the 4, and this voicing right here, so sweet, right? It's a major 13 voicing, right? Or 9-13 voicing, right? D major. But the way that it's constructed, the way that I think about it, right, to construct it, right, my left hand is basically playing the root, the 5th, and the 9th, right? That's a small tip that you can use when playing left hand voicings, right? Usually we would tend to stay with the octave, but you can also use the 9th, which works both for minor or major chords. Then my right hand is actually playing the 3rd, the 6th, right, the 7th, and the 3rd up here, right? Or you can think about it as an F sharp sus4 chord over a D with the 5th and 9th, okay? So that's our 4 chord. Then we go to the 6, which we're voicing as a minor 11 chord, right? And I love this voicing as well. But something that you can notice is that our left hand is using the same voicing for that left, right, for the left hand. We're using the root, 5th, and 9th, but our right hand is actually going to play the relative major of that F sharp, which is an A, and we're playing it as an A major. We're adding the 7th, and we can also double up right here, use our thumb to play 2 keys at the same time, right, the A and the B, which is the 9th. So we get this voicing for the 6. So we have 4, 6, then we're going to the 2, which is the next chord, and we're voicing it as a minor 9 chord. Right, and this is another option for left hands, right? We're using the root, the 5th. Since it's a minor chord, a minor 7th specifically, or minor 9th, we include the 7th, right? The minor 7th in our left hand. And my right hand is simply playing a D, which is the relative major of B minor, but we're playing it as a major 7 chord, and we have the major 7 down here, okay? So far we have 4, 6, 2, and now we want to turn it back around to that 4, so we're going to use the secondary dominant of 4, or in other terms, the 5 of the 4, which is A, right? This is the 4. A is the 5 of 4. We're going to use A, but we're going to voice it as an A 13th chord, which is a dominant chord, right? We have A, the dominant 7, the 3rd, right? That gives us that dominant sound, but we also add the 13th, and we add the 9th, okay? We can also add the 5th in here. So this is a way to get to the 4 once again, but we're not going to voice it at the same as in the beginning. We're actually going to voice it in this way, right? A D major 7. But something I want you guys to notice is that my left hand does not reach this voicing right here, the drop 2 voicing for D major, which is D, A, and F sharp. So what I do is basically play it as an arpeggio, right? So I play the chord and I play the arpeggio while holding the sustain pedal. My right hand is simply playing an F sharp minor chord in second inversion. Okay? So 4, 6, 2, 1, 4. And we're going back to the 6, but again, a different voicing for the 6 now. Instead of playing the old voicing, which was this one, we're actually going to expand it even more and add the B up here, okay? So it's still an F sharp minor 11. So 4, 6, 2, 1, 4, 6. Back to the 2. And then this is where it changes a bit. We're going to use a passing chord to get to the 6. And it's this passing chord right here. Right? It's an altered chord, right? It's a 3 because it's C sharp. But we're playing this dominant 3, but we're adding a triad, right? This is known as upper structure triads, where we add a triad on top of a dominant chord to give us an alteration. In this case, the triad is going to be an A major, right? A major over C sharp 7. That gives us this voicing, which we use to get to the 6. So 3, 6, and then here we're actually going to get out of the scale and use the same exact voicing, but up a whole step, right? So instead of C sharp, we're going to play D sharp or E flat, 7, sharp 9, sharp 5. Same exact voicing, but up 2 half steps or up a whole step, okay? Same thing for the next chord. Instead of playing a 6, we're playing a 7, right? In this case, A flat as a minor 11 chord. So, and we're using this to get back to the 1, which is our passing chord to get to the 4. Right? This is the passing chord we're going to use, A9 sus 4, and back to the 4, 6, 2. And then we simply play another passing chord on the 1. So as you can probably tell, this whole progression is basically cycling through that 4, that 6, and that 2, right? It's using a bunch of different passing chords in between, but always coming back to that same motif or that same 3 chords, right? So we had 4, 6, 2, the 1, back to the 4, 6, 2, then we use a 3 to get back to the 6, then we use a flat 5 to get to the 7, but then we're back to the 1, which is used as a passing chord to get to the 4, 6, 2, back to the 1, and then we're back to the same progression, right? And this second time around, there's probably like 1 or 2 chords that change, right? And what we do is play 4, 6, 2, and instead of using 1 as a passing chord, right? Remember we used this A13 as a passing chord to get back to the 4. We're actually going to use its tritone, right? In this case, the tritone of A is E flat. And we're simply going to play an E flat minor to get to D major 7, right? So and we're back to the same progression. Right, so that's the basically the whole progression that I wanted to share with you guys today. Hopefully you can take something from it, be able to apply these different passing chords. For example, one of my favorite ones in this same progression is the one of the 3. Right, this voicing right here. We can actually alterate it 2 different ways, right? For example, we can have this A major over C sharp 7, but we can also play a G major over C sharp 7. That gives us a different voicing that we can use to get to the 6. For example, let's say we're playing the song I Love You Forever, right? So I love you forever. I love you. You saw that? All I did was play these two different voicings as a passing chord to get to the 6. So I love you forever. Passing chord, I love you. Let's say we included these two passing chords that we used in the progression. So we did I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you. Right? It sort of works because we're cycling through that 4, 6, 2 chords in this same progression. Lord, I love you forever. Right? Hopefully you're able to learn something in this lesson, and if you have any questions, any suggestions, you're free to leave them in the comment section down below, and hopefully I get to see you guys in the next video.